Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley.
And I'm Coach Jay.
Jumping back into the film breakdown, man. It's. We were just laughing right before we hit record. It feels like it's been an eternity. It's really just been a week, man. It's just been a
Yep.
week.
Time
I'm ready.
flies.
I'm ready to jump back into this thing. We're taking a break, and you know what? I may just throw the rule book out the window. Like we've not even talked about it. We got a couple of videos in the can that we're going to drop for you guys, but I'm thinking about throwing the rule book out. You guys get way more excited about players that are more relevant to Tennessee, so that's where we're going today. Ryan Wingo. Let's take a look at his profile real quick. Then we'll jump into the film and break it down. 247 Sports Composite has Mr. Wingo as a 5-star prospect, top-ranked player out of the state of Missouri. Coach, how about that? This coaching staff, particularly Missouri, and is it because of the relationships Josh Heupel has with the high schools in Missouri, but also we're seeing a lot of North Carolina kids, but there's something to be said for going and cherry picking the number one player from Missouri, number one player from Kentucky, number one player from North Carolina. This coaching staff is kind of branching out and cherry picking talent.
Yeah, they seem to know exactly what they want, and they go out and get it. Hype spent that time in Missouri, and as any of us high school coaches can tell you, when you build those great relationships with coaches, you have those great relationships and you keep those great relationships. I have some coaches that I text with to this day that have moved on. So absolutely.
Yeah, I love, that they were showing some pictures over in North Carolina, particularly. I think there's a lot of talent in the state of North Carolina that this coaching staff, it's good to see them focusing on those relationships. They're not just in the schools talking to Ryan Wingo, they're in the schools talking to the coaches and building relationships. But again, Ryan Wingo, number one player out of the state of Missouri, number 3 ranked wide receiver in the country. Again, this is the 247 Sports Composite. Top 15 player nationally, 6'2", 205. Coach Jay is going to get into his film and kind of break it down a little bit. But as far as his recruitment with Tennessee, let me just go ahead and put this out there. And again, these are pre-recorded. I think Ryan Wingo is a VAWL. You can see there on the screen, Steve Wiltfong already has the crystal ball prediction in for Tennessee. He's a guy that's been on campus a couple of times. He visited last summer. He was on campus for the Florida win in 2022. And then he was on campus for the big junior day a couple of weeks ago. Tennessee's had 2 junior days at this point. He was on campus for the first one. Ton of talent in and around Knoxville.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I think this class of 24 is going to be something special, but I want to see, we've talked about Jonathan Eccles in previous videos on the film breakdown. I'm ready to see that next guy in the boat, a guy like a Ryan Wingo, 5-star prospect, because Coach Jay, we talk about coaches recruiting, but players recruit as well. And how big is it to have a guy like Ryan Wingo? We talked about the Nico effect, same type of deal, in and around campus a lot, and he can recruit it once he's in the boat.
Yeah, recruits just beget recruits. A great wide receiver like Wingo is going to pull in offensive linemen. Big offensive linemen are friends with a lot of defensive linemen and pull them in, and so on and so forth down the chain, with defense linemen pulling in linebackers and then linebackers to DBs. So when you can get that magic momentum in this game of football, man, it's a powerful thing. As anyone who has been around this game can tell you, momentum is just huge in every phase of this game we love.
Somebody was talking about that on a video that I put up just recently about how Heupel really operates with momentum, and you'll have boom, 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 2, 3 commitments in a row. We've seen it in the transfer portal. Man, like that day stands out to me because I was deathly ill the night before. I was up all night, and then it's boom, 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 3 kids in the portal, one after the other. I was working the entire day, but Hype seems to like to carry that momentum. Let's go ahead and jump into the film from Ryan Wingo, junior season highlights from Huddle. Coach Jay, you wanted to start at the 8-second mark. We're going to start from the beginning and kind of let it bleed into that. This is a special teams play, a punt.
Sure. Right here, he catches it on the hop, quick jab step, just keeps his feet, guys. This guy's got a ton of speed. He's a 4.39 40 guy. I think he runs like a 10.5 500-meter, 10-foot broad jump. He's just a beast. I just want to show you that quick special teams play before we really, jump into this thing. Just great hands, great feet, might not be able to get away with bouncing at that outside at the college level, but just an absolute dude out there at the high school level. You can just just see a lot of these kids and how special they are. We're gonna pick up here. We got deuces out here, shotgun formation. Ryan's gonna be lined up in the slot on our weak side. We've got a 4-2-5 here. The linebacker that's kind of over him in that short side is gonna try to wall him off here. And why don't you let it just go for a little bit here, Boogie, and we'll see what Ryan does with it here. He's going to break out, pause it. Yeah, he just kind of stems him out, gets on his outside shoulder. Ryan Wingo changes speeds really, really well, like a good pitcher. He's got that change up, but then he can come right at you with that fastball. When he breaks out of this circle, he's going to stem it out. And you see the safety up top of them still. He's got great position, but guess what? Not great enough when you run a 4.3940, and Wingo just takes it to the house very, very effortlessly. Beautiful play by Mr. Wingo here on this one. Yeah, once again, just stems it out. Safety up top of him, gets blown right by it. Kid doesn't even have a chance.
See,
Beautiful done.
I want to say, we see this, and you talked about it in the first play, the special teams play, the athleticism. Like in my
Mhm.
community, there was a kid that played at my high school, and he ended up going on to the next level, playing at Wisconsin. And it's like, when you went and watched him play, he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. He's bigger than the offensive lineman, he's bigger than the defensive lineman, but he's faster than the
Mhm.
defensive backs. And you see that sometimes. But Ryan Wingo's special type of talent, and when you look at his numbers, runs a 10.55 in the 100 meter.
Mm.
Would you say 4.39 in the 40? What happens when Josh Heupel gets legitimate 5-star dudes in this offense? I think Jalen Hyatt is a legitimate dude, but Hendon Hooker, 4-star. Cedric Tillman, what was he, a 2-star? What happens
Mhm.
when Josh Heupel has a 5-star quarterback, 5-star wide receivers lined up at every position? How much better does this offense get? And we're talking about record-breaking numbers, the number one scoring offense, number one yards per game, number one passing efficiency. That's, people talk about Central Florida and how he never recruited above a 3-star. Didn't matter. Like
Mm-mm.
that's par for the course at Central Florida. But what happens at Tennessee? How much better can this offense get, Coach Jay?
A lot better. And when you get that talent, what's going to happen? These windows, even in this offense, get a lot smaller when you play your elite defenses, your Georgia defenses, right? You saw it. Those windows were tight, man. And even someone like Tillman coming in hurt in that game, a little bit hurt, wasn't able to just beast mode over people. And when that coverage is tight and it's bang bang, you need dudes out there who are fast, who are strong, who can outrun those guys, who can go get those plays. There is a gap in talent that we are quickly closing, and man, it's a great time to be a Tennessee Volunteer for that reason.
We're gonna get derailed a little bit here. How many, like, some people got mad at me over a recent video where I said, can Josh Heupel recruit at the elite level? Because the talent gap is closing. But you had Nico Iamaliava and you had David Hobbs. Those were your two 5-stars
Mm.
in the class of 23. You go look at Georgia, you go look at Alabama, how many 5-stars, how many top 150 players they had. Yes, Josh Heupel beat Alabama, but what does it take? Top 5, top 3 recruiting classes to be able to truly close that talent gap? And then we'll jump back into some Ryan Wingo film here.
Yeah, I would say one top five in a 4-year cycle. I'd say one top five class and three top 10 classes. If you're going to want to compete with Georgia, look, you're going to lose some 5-stars, right? Hey, we've Tennessee fans have been through it. We've seen guys like a guy you could compare Wingo to a De'Aaron Rogers from back in the day. Wingo's he was a 5-star kid. He got in a little bit of trouble and transferred out. You lose kids. Kids don't pan out. Your Drew Richmonds out there. Your Khalil McKenzie's who don't end up where you want to be. You need to stack those kids so when that you lose them, you have people behind them that can play and that can run with these guys.
And I think it's realistic to ask that of Josh Heupel. A $9 million man now, a top 5 and 3
Hmm.
top 10s every 4-year cycle. I think
Sure.
that's good numbers right there. All right, let's move on to the next play here from Ryan Wingo.
Sure. We got deuces again. Wingo is going to be lined up to the wide side by the down and distance markers here. We're looking at about 3rd and 5. It's an interesting ball here, but you can go ahead and maybe just run it like a couple seconds. Got the corner lined about 6 yards over him, and Wingo's just going to pop here and run just a little. Once again, you saw him gallop really slow out of that. This is kind of like a slice route, not what I would call a slant route, but a slice route, and he's just going to kind of gallop into it and then change speeds really quickly on it. And if you watch right here, his quarterback actually is going to throw this ball behind him. Right, this ball is coming behind him. He keeps one foot. Gallop steps over someone, hits the next guy because he tackles him high and spins off of him. And continuing that concept that I was talking about earlier of good feet, spins off one, Gallop steps over, hit spins off the next kid, keeps his feet, outruns a safety with position and angle on him. These are the kids that you're going to beat Georgia with. Mr. Wingo is special, make no doubt about it. Georgia has taken notice. I see that they have started recruiting him as well and trying to get him out of our boat, if you will. A little counter warfare there, but man, just another special play from Ryan Wingo, and it's going to continue to be so this is the 213 play. Yeah, so right here he's all by him lonesome. He's got press coverage on him here, and you can run this one a little quick. We'll move to a couple of these quick boogie. I know I gave you a lot of them, but we'll breeze through a couple of them, take our time when we need to. All right, so he's got press coverage on him. He's going to just cut inside, run that post back to the outside. He's got to come back for the ball a little bit right there. And, he just does a good job. Another super sharp cut uh, by Ryan there. Just good feet. He could keep his upper body a little tighter on his break in that post. That's the kind of stuff those college coaches are going to clean up. I mean, Heupel is a wizard. I don't got to tell all you Tennessee fans that Josh is an absolute wizard with his quarterbacks and with his receivers. He's very involved with them, and he'll tighten that kind of thing up. And we can go ahead and move on to that 405 play
Yeah, here's the
boogie.
405 right here.
Yeah, so he's going to be on the strong side by himself, and we'll spend just a second on this one. He's got a 3-3-5. He's looking against. We've got trips to the wide side of our screen. We got one free safety up high, and our quarterback on this play is going to want to go to that middle receiver that's kind of frontward facing compared to the other receivers on that trip side, and he's going to run a bit of a corner route on that side, and this play is going to get broken, and the safety is going to go up. And another thing about Ryan Wingo that I want to bring up, he's like top 4% in his class in ACT score. He's just a really, really smart kid, a straight A kid, a really intelligent kid. And when this play gets broken, he immediately recognizes that the safety has overcommitted, and he makes this play for his quarterback. And when he's going to be paired up with Nico out there, someone who's really slick and sly in the pocket, man, these two are going to be fun to watch together. But let's take a look at this broken play together, and you can just kind of pause it as you see fit. But he rolls out, that back runs the corner, it's not there, he pauses, Wingo just recognizes it, and guess what? I'm faster than you. I'm bigger than you. I'm going to run right by you. Kid almost falls down. He gets burnt so bad. You might as well call him Tabor on the outside and watch Jennings going over him, because uh, he is toast on that short side of the field. Once again, quarterback just fades out. It's not there. He's feeling pressure, feels out, throws it on the run. And man, can I see Nico and Wingo doing that together. And
That's
again,
backyard
called out.
football, but what do you think of this route? This his route before the play breaks down, because a lot of people would get mad at Heupel. I saw this more in year one than year two. They ran a lot of plays that one half of the field took the play off, and the wide receiver really didn't do anything. And I don't know. Is this some type of wide receiver screen? Is this okay? I'm taking this play off. What is Ryan Wingo doing at the start of this play? Watch him here out of the gate. He
Yeah,
stumbles forward like a drunk coming out of the bar at 4 a.m. Dun dun
it's
dun dun.
it's it's controlled. It's a couple things, Boogie. So it's controlled rest. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it's rope a doping the defenders. Right, you lull them to sleep a little bit when you do this to them. They know it happens once or twice. You in the college game, you spend an inordinate amount of time in the film room, and you know they do this all the time. And when you sit there and go into your drunken stupor, that cornerback just sits down like that. Well, Heupel gets those kids breaking out of that at times. And Heupel also likes to play, as we all know, the same 3 to 4 receivers all game. And when you can give them a blow here and there, it's helpful, right? Those guys are working out there. Those receivers in Heupel's offense run deep routes. And uh, you do need to give them that blow, but it serves multiple purposes and functions. Here we see, looks like the running back's in wing, and we're in deuces again. Wingo is going to be split out wide to the short side of the field. We got 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. We got a 4-2-5. And the linebacker is going to read the guard step really well on this play, and the star is going to come up on a blitz on this play, and Wingo is going to come into motion. And you know what? Just go ahead and freeze it as soon as they circle Wingo, right about at the handoff point. You can freeze it, Bug. Yeah. Okay. So as we see, the safety blitzing has that outside shoulder of the blocker, so the outside is sealed off. The linebacker is trying to kind of peek over the guard when he should be getting into that hole, as we talked about in the previous video. Um, he could shoot that gap a little better and put this down, but Wingo is going to facilitate that and keep his shoulders turned to the outside, but he's decoying him. It's back to that intelligence, because he's going to let a seam create up the middle, and he's going to take it on a hard cut step. And let's see what happens when he does so. Yeah, just a hard. Whew, man,
What a
cuts
cut.
cuts out that cornerback who actually beats his wide receiver block inside, and he just didn't have a chance. Look at him. He's tasting grass on that play. He could tell you exactly what flavor the 3 yard line is on that play. Beautiful done. And you know, Josh is bringing in some special people. We got some special freshmen on this offense coming in, and you can sprinkle in Wingo and add them to that. You're going to be versatile. Uh, all right. So before everyone starts throwing drinks at their TV and going, "Hey, Josiah, we're recruiting him as a wide receiver, not a cornerback."
We pissed him off with
Jack,
Eccles.
oh, we pissed him off. Hey,
That was my fault. I took the lead
you're
on that, and we both got destroyed
Hey,
over it.
yeah, that's okay. Destroy us when we get something wrong, but I will die on the hill that he is to me a better D end prospect, but time will
He
tell.
wants to play tight end. He's
He
a
wants
better defensive end,
if
edge
he
rusher.
if he keeps his length and athleticism and doesn't add on the size, yes. Uh, Heupel over the last 5 years has only targeted his tight ends 2 to 3 times a game, and so can that change? Can we be more multiple? Can we have more exchanges through route trees where it's a decoy? Sure. Yes. Have I seen since then some more blocking out of Eccles in his latest film? Yes. And he looked good doing it.
Where are you
So
going to make more money? Where are you going to make more money, Coach Jay?
on the edge.
There you go. There you
On
go.
the
We
edge.
got
Yeah.
we got derailed, but yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
knew where
So
you were going. I knew where
yeah.
you were
Yeah.
going.
So we got I formation here, right? A little old school. Ryan Wingo's on the short side of the field playing cornerback here. He's going to come on a stunt, and the quarterback's going to try to do his best Peyton Manning impression and bootleg this out. And you know, a lot of offensive centric players would just murder the tailback, the I back on this play. And Wingo could have murdered him, but he keeps his feet and just absolutely violently destroys the quarterback here, and we can kind of start to watch it. And Boogie, if you can capture it when he changes his gun to the running back to the quarterback, freeze it. Like, see, I just popped out that beautiful jab step. That quarterback wants to throw that slant right there, and instead pulls it in because he knows he's about to die. But let's go ahead and watch that. It's beautiful, and I just wanted I just wanted to include that because it kind of shows you his strength and versatility out here. And I believe we're at 433. This is a shotgun wing formation, not wing formation, but deuces. Sorry about that. Wasn't paying attention there. Third down and about 8. He's on the outside. Let's go ahead and maybe watch a play or two of it till they circle him.
They circled him already. He's on the
Oh,
top.
did they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's on the wrong cue there, but he just pops out really slow, runs this. Okay, so
this is
there you go.
6-14. This is your 6-14.
Gotcha. That's why. All right, go back. Yeah. So this one, guys, is just beautiful on so many levels. He's gonna run just kind of like a strike or a a seam, whatever you want to call it. He gets to the outside. Yeah, he's faster than everyone. He's got his son in his eyes on this play. He's going to make a over the shoulder catch. He's going to barely get both feet in bounds. He's going to somehow keep his feet in bounds, double step, and 2 guys can't even tackle him out of bounds, guys. I mean, this dude is an absolute man on the outside. Those kind of catches end up on Sports Center. Those are the catches that you need to make over, players like the big Georgia corner. Um, those kids, you've got to beat them with those kinds of players. And Ryan's special. He's got that talent. We need to get him in the boat and make him happy because he certainly is an amazing, amazing prospect. And Vol fans should be very, very fired up that we are in the lead for Mr. Ryan Wingo.
You guys know what to do. Smash the thumbs up. Hit the comment section. Like I said, we may just completely derail this series. We were focused on the in-state kids. You guys keep saying, break down this guy, break down that guy, break down this guy. We will completely change direction, and we will break down anybody you guys want us to break down. Maybe we completely throw the in-state kid rule out the window. We're about to record another one. Like I said, we record a couple of these at a time. So when we move forward from there, maybe we'll go and look at some guys. I know some people, Coach, they were even saying, hey, take a look at the guys in the class of 23, the guys that are already committed and on campus. Maybe we can do that over the coming weeks as well. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you smash the thumbs up. Hit the comment section. Let us know what you think of Ryan Wingo. Coach Jay, I'm going to put you on the spot. I make you rank the in-state kids of who is a higher priority. Where do you put Ryan Wingo when you look at current wide receivers on the football team, the Jalen Hyatts, the Cedric Tillmans, the Brew McCoys, also the Nathan Laycocks, in the class of 23 who just committed, who went from a 3-star that everybody was complaining about to all of a sudden he is the 3rd highest ranked player in the class of 23 for Tennessee. Also the guys last year, Chaz Nimrod, the Squirrel Whites. Where do you think that Ryan Wingo can end up at Tennessee?
On our current list, I'd put him at number 1, Boogie. I just would. Imagine pairing him up with all the players you just mentioned. Laycock, you put him and Nathan Laycock out there, bust him out at X and Y with Squirrel and Slot. That man, I wouldn't want to. I would not want to be preparing my game plan thinking about that. It gives me a headache just thinking about it. Yeah,
that's why I keep coming back to how good can this offense truly be. When Josh Heupel is out scheming Nick Saban, and he doesn't have the talent, what happens when he has the talent? We're 25 minutes into this thing. Love doing this series, guys. Smash the thumbs up. Hit the comment section. You guys know where to get the merch. Bonfire.com/store/talkinvols. Look at me and Coach Jay. We're both repping the merch. You guys complain when we don't. So we're both repping the merch. Go check it out, bonfire.com/store/talking VAWLS. Also, thank you to all the members of the channel. You can become a member, hit the join button down below. Hopefully you don't get banned like Coach Jay. It's just 99 cents a month. If you want to give a little bit more, you can. Access to fan call-in shows, custom Talking VAWLS emojis, all kinds of fun stuff. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talking VAWLS Network. He's Coach Jay. I'm Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.